If you've got your eye on the Hyderabad real estate market, there's probably one massive question on your mind. Is now the right time to buy? It's a huge decision, I get it. So today, we're going to break down exactly what the current landscape looks like, dig into the data, and see what it tells us. You know, it's the classic dilemma, right? Do you jump in now, or do you wait and hope for a price drop? Well, to get to the bottom of that, we really need to look at what's driving the market. And that's exactly what we're about to unpack.
All right, first things first. What's the current state of play? Let's take a quick snapshot of the market's vital signs right now.
Okay, so what we're seeing is this really powerful combination of things happening all at once. The demand is super strong, and that's no surprise. It's being fueled by the city's booming IT sector and some major infrastructure upgrades. This means prices are holding steady, and in a lot of the prime spots, they're actually climbing. And it's not just one type of buyer. You've got everyone from families looking for their forever home to savvy investors trying to get a good return.
This brings us to a really important question. If prices are high, why on earth aren't they coming down? Well, it turns out there are some pretty solid reasons propping up this market. The whole thing really rests on three main pillars. First up, there's just not a lot of land left where everyone wants to live, especially around those big IT hubs. Basic supply and demand, right? That alone keeps prices firm. Second, the cost to actually build a place is going up. Everything from concrete to labor is getting more expensive. And third, you've got this massive infrastructure boom. All these long-term projects signal a really strong future for the city, which keeps everyone, buyers and builders, feeling confident. You put those three together, and you've got a solid floor under the market, which is why we're not seeing any big price drops.
Okay, so knowing all that, what's your move? Well, your strategy is going to depend completely on what you're trying to achieve. So let's break down the game plan. We're looking at two totally different playbooks here. If you're buying a home to live in, for the long haul, then the market fundamentals are strong, and it seems like a pretty good time to make your move. But if you're an investor, you've got to be a bit more surgical. The real key for you is to look ahead. You want to find those up-and-coming areas where new infrastructure is planned. That's where you're most likely to see the next big wave of growth.
Of course, for most of us, buying property means getting a loan. So what does the money side of this whole equation look like right now?
And hey, there's actually some good news here. The environment for borrowing money is looking pretty favorable. Home loan interest rates are holding steady and are still really competitive, which, as you know, is a huge piece of the puzzle.
So what does this actually mean for you? Well, it means you've got this window of opportunity to lock in your monthly payments. That gives you predictability for years to come, and honestly, it could save you a ton of money if rates decide to creep up in the future.
But hold on a second. This doesn't mean it's a green light for every single person out there. The market might be ready, but the real question is, are you? Let's go over three critical red flags that should tell you to maybe hit the brakes and wait.
First, you have to be really honest with yourself about your finances. If your job feels a little shaky or your income isn't consistent, taking on a massive commitment like a mortgage is a huge risk. Financial stability has to be your number one priority.
Second, you've got to really scrutinize the specific location you're looking at. Have the prices in that one area just shot up like crazy, way faster than everyone else? You don't want to get caught in a local bubble. If a property feels way overpriced compared to what's around it, that's a giant red flag.
And finally, this one is an absolute non-negotiable. If there's even a shadow of a doubt about the paperwork, the title deed, the building approvals, any of it, you walk away. Making sure every single document is verified and legit is absolutely essential. It's how you protect your investment. So we've looked at the market, the strategies, and the personal red flags. What's the final verdict here? Let's put all the pieces together.
So what's the bottom line? Look, the answer isn't a simple yes or no. It's more of a conditional yes. Buying property in Hyderabad right now can be a really smart decision, but only if you've done your homework. It all comes down to making the right choices, finding the right location for your goals, setting a budget that you can actually live with, and picking a project that's reputable and fully verified.
Ultimately, what this all tells us is that the market conditions in Hyderabad are fundamentally strong. So the real question this leaves us with isn't about the market anymore. It's about you. The market is ready. The final question you need to answer is, are you?